Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It is still morning. Yep, 11:30. My days start very early these days. Was hot flashing my face off at 4 o'clock this morning, but that's the decision I made, not to take that dumb medication. So, well, it might not be dumb for everybody. I'm not interested in taking it. So, anyway, today's bag. If you follow me and have been following me for some time, how I feel about suede. I don't feel that many other people feel the way I feel about suede, but I love suede. The texture of it, the movement of it, the just fall winter feel of it. I love it. So today's bag is a bag I've had for quite a while. I've done a bit of work on it and I was going to keep it. And then I thought, no, probably shouldn't. So here is today's bag. I think I may have shown it in the past, just as an example of, suede and whatnot. But this bag, I've done a little bit of work on it. And there are some areas where the color has darkened a little bit. You can kind of see it right here. And where those areas are kind of correspond with where the gathers are, because this is a drawstring bucket bag. I mean, it's just like a big feed bag. Like you could put your horse's nose in there and put this over his ears and away you go. But firstly, don't be too afraid of suede. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. I have put this particular bag in the washing machine twice. And I have lessened the darker spots by quite a bit, actually. And if I gather the bag up, you will kind of understand where the marks are. So this is kind of the high point of each of the gathers, and that tends to be where this suede has darkened a little bit. Not by anything substantial, and obviously if you're going to be carrying the bag, then you're not going to have it open like that to kind of obviously see where the areas of darkening are. It is, you know me, as I said yesterday in my listing, I tell you everything just because I would hate for you to get the bag home and be disappointed. But for the most part, my customers are very happy with areas of what I think are damage. But, I need to let you know. So my strategy for putting suede in the washing machine is, first of all, to make sure that there is enough other items in the wash to kind of make this bag's journey a gentle one. The agitation in a washing machine is centered around the center column in an older style washing machine anyway, which is what I have. If there are not enough items in the washer, this bag, any delicate item will be pushed up against the center column and it can damage the bag or whatever it is you're putting in there. So I have washed nylon bags in the past and it's almost burnt the nylon because the agitation is too strong. Now, I will typically wash a bag like this with a bunch of towels, sheets, so that this bag is kind of in the middle. And I mean, there's no guarantees. Touch wood. I've had no issues in the past. I am just telling you what I've done. Obviously, it is your decision whether you want to take that gamble. Obviously I'm happy to play with a bag that didn't, cost me an arm and a leg, because then if it doesn't work out, then, I'm not crying too badly. There was some darkening in these high spots as well, which is now gone. So a couple of other ways you can treat suede is with an eraser, and typically a white eraser. And that has worked for me in the past. But when I get kind of whole areas of darkening or color change, I will spray and wash it. I'll leave it. And then, as I said, put it in the washing machine. Now, when I pull it out of the washing machine, I will absolutely agitate the suede with my hands, because the worst thing for suede when it gets wet is that the suede dries without the nap in the suede being kind of fluffed up again. So that to me is the most important part. And I will do that periodically over the drying process. I hang it to dry. I stuff it if I can. And I just, every few hours, I'll take the bag and just rub it so that the nap is still there. And 9 times out of 10, it works beautifully for me. This bag has a really cool kind of rolled, looks like a braided leather strap. And it's a drawstring bucket bag. It's just a great, great bag. It closes really neatly, which I think is kind of important. And it opens up really easily also. And it opens up quite wide. It's I believe it's 7 inches from here to here, but 15 inches if you open it up completely. So just, a little bit of information. I do know that it's a bit of a gamble when I, put stuff like this in the washing machine. And there you can just see that little area where it's a bit darker. But once it's gathered up, as I said, you really don't notice it. Inside, the bag is by Zara. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Love this brand. It's like a linen interior. There's no pockets. There's no pouches or anything like that. So I've listed it, prior to 2003. And that's today's bag. I love the caramel color. I love the little bit of a darker strap, or this accent element. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. Big chunky sweater, brown leather coat. Leather is huge this season, whether it is faux or not. A great reason to buy a resale bag for all those ecological friendly people out there. Animal activists, I'm not sure. It's probably not your thing, and I don't really want to get involved in that. That's for sure. Oh, my eye is itchy. But yeah, this is today's bag, Zara, and really, really nice quality, and a great, great bag for fall, winter. So there we go. Now, a couple of things I want to respond to. One of my subscribers, Bella, hi Bella, has we've been back and forth a few times with some things, and I did initially kind of misinterpret, kind of her intentions. Maybe that's not the right word, but I don't take anything anybody says negatively per se, but Bella and I do kind of have a back and forth every now and again. And it seems to be around, certain issues about Luxe brands. And yesterday I did say that I get very frustrated with better quality brands cheapening their offerings. So I don't know, Bella, if you misunderstood. I have no problems with a bag going on sale. I love a sale just as much as anybody else. What I do struggle with is when a really good quality company lessens their quality to collab with a discount store or a discount brand. So a perfect example for me is Roots. I love Roots. I would have Roots as my business alone if I could find enough of it. But Roots, some years ago, created kind of a offshoot of their brand called Roots 73. And the brand is very, very rarely leather. Now, I do have a Roots 73 that is leather, so I can't say, that it's never leather, because quite clearly it is. But typically it isn't. And what that does for me, if I can explain it properly, is first of all, I feel that customers get duped because they absolutely correlate Roots with leather, because Roots has always been leather. Certainly, in Toronto here, or in the outskirts, the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, where Roots was actually born, we are used to a certain standard of quality from Roots. And I know my mom has bought a Roots 73 bag just presuming it was leather, and it wasn't. And the same goes with Sack Roots, which I am not 100% sure about that company, whether it is actually the Sack and Roots getting together to make a discounted bag. But it's the same kind of thing. So I feel badly for a lot of the customers who are just presuming that they are buying the quality that, a company like Roots, like Dooney Bourke, like Longchamp are known for, but yet are maybe not as educated as we are, that if you're paying $35, $40 for a bag, chances are it's not leather, which is why I am so proud to present what I present, maybe not so much on Etsy, but definitely my .com, where my bags are $35, $45, $55, $65, and they absolutely are authentic brand name, and they are leather. So that's kind of how this whole thing started for me, because I have tastes that my budget could not uphold, but I didn't mind if it was a used bag. I didn't mind if it was a consignment bag or a thrifted bag or whatever. I got the quality that I wanted. I got the brand name that I wanted, and I didn't have to pay hundreds of dollars for it because I didn't have hundreds of dollars to pay. So when I walk around, and you know what, maybe somebody will tell me that caring about what a brand presents to, your friends, family, whatever, shouldn't matter. Yeah, there's probably a whole psychological paper on that somewhere. But Luxe brands are Luxe brands because people like to display them. They like to see the Louis Vuitton logo. They like to see the Gucci logo. They like to see the Coach logo, the Roots logo, the Longchamp logo, the Dooney Bourke logo. So when I just feel that it cheapens my $500 bag when somebody's walking around with a $49.99 bag that they got at Target. So again, my personal opinion, I part of me doesn't care, but part of me does. And I think I'm being very honest there. And I think the Lamborghinis and the Chanels of this world are what they are because people do want to floss. They want to show that they have good taste. They want to show that they, I guess have a ton of money in some regards. And maybe that's why I like to thrift things that I know cost me $20 when it would have cost me $400 in the store. To me, it's a bit of a game. It's a bit of the thrill of the hunt kind of thing. I wouldn't go and pay $400 if I couldn't find it for $20. I don't have to have these things, but the fact that I can find them, and then the fact that I can pass them along to my customers. I mean, it never started out this way. It wasn't how I intended to create a business. I've wanted my own business my whole life, and I never thought in a million years that this would be the business I would end up with. But I've always been in love with leather. I've always been a shoe and a purse girl. I've always been a heavy girl. So I think, shoes and purses tend to be, easier to shop for when, you're getting pissed off that you're in a bigger size every year. And again, that might be a controversial statement as well, but coming from a lady who's lost 100 pounds twice in her life, I feel qualified to be able to say that. And I've done all the Weight Watchers, and I haven't done any of the crazy Bernsteins and all these where you take needles in your belly and you're on 400 calories a day. I am educated enough in fitness and nutrition that I know that doesn't work. And if it does, it works for a short period of time. And, anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But Bella, just, kind of a 4-minute rant to kind of share with you that it's not the sale that upsets me. It's the cheapening of what that brand stands for out there in the retail world. Because I think what these companies are doing is trying to keep afloat. And I appreciate that. We've had COVID recently, all the things that, retailers have to fight against, what do they call them? The throwaway brands, or, whatever they are. And Zara has been classified as a throwaway brand, which I think is maybe a little harsh. I mean, Zara was established in 1975. It's been around for a lot of years. A Spanish brand, typically anything leather, suede, coming out of Spain, Italy, Europe. The quality is there. But it's fast fashion. That's what they call it. But I hope that's just giving you a little bit of an insight into kind of where I'm coming from, because I know we've had this back and forth a few times, and not that I have any problem with communicating with any of my subscribers who have, need some clarity on what my opinions are, or, just don't agree with me. That's fine. As I said, everything I say on my channel is just my opinion, my experiences, what I've, dealt with out there in the world as a small business owner and as a lover of quality leather items. So anyway, long video today. So hopefully you're all having a great day. The weather is kind of crummy. We have actually a wind warning for tomorrow, Leather Bag Lady weather report. We've had so much wind in the last month or so, like severe winds. I think if you follow me, I would have explained to you last week, I think it was, that a transport truck lost its ladder off the back of it going over the Skyway Bridge, which is a significant bridge here where I live. So anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, have a great rest of the day. And if not, I completely understand. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.